and the night has come, and the light is gone, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. When the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains will crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand.
Everyone, please rise. Please be seated. Welcome everyone to a day some of you have been waiting for since college. You all have arrived here to celebrate Emily and Ryan at a very important moment in their life. Today is a moment that reminds us what unconditional love looks like. Almost 8 years later, and they are still just as spontaneously in love as two college kids who last-minute road trip to New Orleans, or who have their feet in the sand with a drink in their hands in Costa Rica. We're in this space today because they've held one another up while chasing dreams. We're in this space today because you've watched them grow from those two kids to adults, making their own way in the world. From Wisconsin to San Diego, and many pit stops in between, we are all lucky to witness, in front of this beautiful downtown view, a dream of forever fulfilled. To all their guests, they are happy to share this moment with you. They have known most of you for several years, if not since they were children. You watched them grow up. You've probably cheered on the Bucks or Packers alongside them, or perhaps you've joined them with a whiskey or beer on the dance floor, or you've supported them in moving cross-country together, away from their families and everything they've known to rely on each other. Emily has said she's just as obsessed with Ryan as she was since the first day they met, that she and Ryan are truly best friends. Because you are the friends and family that watch this friendship become love, it is only fitting that you are the ones to share this once-in-a-lifetime moment with a once-in-a-lifetime couple. Our bride and groom would like to acknowledge their parents, Larry and Linda, and Mike and Jill, whose love and support are an essential part of who Emily and Ryan are today. They would also like to take a moment to acknowledge the long and lovely marriage of Ryan's grandparents, Jerry and Mary, who have a large, beautiful family like the one Ryan and Emily hope to have someday. Emily says Ryan is the most hardworking person she knows. He wants to set up their future family for success. Ryan loves Emily for how excited she gets over the little things, how surprises make her eyes light up. Here is a steady, diligent, persevering man who pursued a woman made of sunshine, a woman who wakes up every morning as her authentic self, looking for small joys that life will offer her. Together, it's the best of both worlds. The steadfastness of one partner with the wonder of the other. It makes sense why the Big Easy is one of their favorite places to visit. It is a nickname we could also use for their relationship, as they've both stated how easy and natural the relationship is. No wonder Emily says that they've never lost the spark that they initially had. Ryan keeps it burning, and Emily keeps it bright. Since those college days, they've been an inseparable pair. And to be fair, an inseparable three, because no one can forget their dog, Russell. And maybe soon to be 4 or 5. In all of that, they always relied on one another. These are two people who again and again, in everyday life, choose one another. All of this brings Emily and Ryan here today. We are all here because we want those memories for you both forever. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love is about putting in time. Love is not one moment, not even this moment. It's every moment. Love is the way that Emily can't wait to be an Allen. Love is the way to keep on growing and learning together every day. Love is Ryan never giving up on our Packers, even after the devastating loss to the Seahawks in the playoffs. It's the same way he will never give up on Emily. Love is the way that Ryan says Emily is constantly challenging him to be the best version of himself. Love is playing with Russell. Ryan making sure Emily slows down to enjoy every little bit of life together. And it's even Ryan's morning energy. It's also Emily's loud talking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And yes, these two people are proof of being able to find both the love of your life and your best friend in the same person. Love is about these moments piling together, these everyday moments fused into one experience, a lifetime of unlimited laughter and forever teammates. Emily says she admires Ryan for his work ethic and dedication. And Ryan says he admires Emily for always putting others first. They can be their authentic selves with each other. And this is what we hope everyone we love gets to experience. The truest version of themselves shared with another person. The ups and the downs of relationships are what makes marriages work. When we let down the layers and reveal to the person that we love most in the world who exactly we are and who they can be with us. Ryan and Emily continue to do that for one another. Continue to find new restaurants to enjoy, new places they want to travel to, and new songs that make them want to dance. You fell in love, honestly and by chance at a time when most people are still figuring themselves out. And you're here today because you figured out that it's each other. The process of loving each other that makes you the most you possible. You are choosing one another as best friends and beloved. You've chosen to open your heart to someone who enhances you, who makes you think, holds you up, and makes every day fulfilling. You've chosen your future here in front of you right now. You're about to make promises to each other that you intend to keep. You're going to vow to take care of each other, to stand up for one another, and find happiness in and for the other. There's a simple premise to each of these promises. You're vowing to be there. You're teaming up and saying to the other, every experience I'm going to have, I want you to be a part of it. Just as Ryan sometimes seems hard as nails on the surface, will your marriage be worn in, but fitting just right, tough and resilient, determined and sturdy. But it will be soft too, full of tender moments, where the natural fit Ryan talks about finding with Emily is evident in the way they hold each other. To speak that love aloud is a courageous thing and impossible to manufacture. Emily called it easy. Yes, the big easy. And you are choosing to put each of your hardships and triumphs, your wins and your losses, your reserved and outgoing natures into one another. So together, you are more successful than anything you could be alone. In a moment, you are going to acknowledge a love powerful enough that no matter where you are held, by saying I do to the following statements. Ryan, we're starting with you. Ryan, do you promise to continue to be Emily's best friend, to honor her, to cherish her, to stand with her against troubles, to be the man who lights up her eyes, to make your arms a home for her, to always continue to create a love that lives on abundant laughter, and the promise that she can always have the very best of you?
I do.
Emily, do you promise to continue to be Ryan's best friend, to honor him, to cherish him, to stand with him against troubles, continue to challenge him, be a home and safe place for him, to always continue to create a love that lives on abundant laughter, and the promise that he can always have the very best of you?
I do.
It's common to do a unity ceremony at this point, but Emily and Ryan have opted to do something a little different than light a candle together. There is no truer form of unconditional love, and there is no better example of loyalty than what a dog has for their human. I'm sure most of you have heard the quote before, dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. And that couldn't be any more true. Unity is about being whole, becoming one, and a part of that wholeness is their third wheel, Russell. They couldn't finish this ceremony off without including him in the happiness. So without further ado, here comes Russell.
Russell.
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
Take home a little bit.
You've both chosen to wear rings as a reminder of these promises. People often say wedding bands are a perfect circle, with no beginning and no end. But these rings did have a beginning. The stones were formed a long time ago, deep within the earth, from the same sand you two stood together on in Costa Rica, or in San Diego, or even in Lake Michigan. Eventually, a series of lucky events caused that sand to form stones that rose to the surface, perfected over time, where someone dug them up, melded them, and created these beautiful rings. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, and through a combination of serendipity and effort, imperfect beings shaped it into something extraordinary. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. As you look at these rings over the years, I hope you remember that. Together, you are always creating from that night a love never seen before in this world. Dylan, rings, please. Can you,
Here, give me those.
thanks.
I got it.
Okay. Thank you. Ryan, place the ring on Emily's left ring finger and repeat after me.
Ryan. There it is.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
and with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
And with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
And the sureness and ease of what we've built,
And the sureness and ease of what we've built,
and will continue building as best friends.
and will continue building as best friends.
From this day forward, you will never be alone.
From this day forward, you will never be alone.
Emily, place the ring on Ryan's left ring finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
and with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
You're going to have to say that again.
And with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
And with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
And the sureness and ease of what we've built,
And the sureness and ease of what we've built,
and will continue building as best friends.
and will continue building as best friends.
From this day forward, you will never be alone.
From this day forward, you will never be alone.
In Emily's answers about Ryan, she made a note to say that Ryan is more reserved and she's more outspoken. Shocking to probably very few people in this room. And they say opposites attract, but what they mean is opposites fill in each other's gaps. Where one partner experiences the world one way, The other is there to show a new vision, a vision they can create together. Emily loves the famous Bronte quote, "He is more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same." This is what I mean when I say filling in the gaps, building even stronger the multitude of strengths you both bring to the table, finding that even through differences, your souls are one. I, for one, am ready to see those gaps filled on the dance floor. We are also happy to be a part of what's already been happening for almost a decade now. We've watched you grow into adults together before our eyes. We can't wait to see what the next steps you take in life are, but we know that those next steps will always be pointed toward the sunshine. By the power vested to me by the state of Wisconsin, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Ryan, you may now kiss the bride. Mr. and Mrs. Allen, please welcome me in cheering for this beautiful couple, even louder than you did when the Bucks won the finals.